Welcome to another day in the Matrix, waters above crypto. Today we're going to be jumping into the XRP and Bitcoin charts after a very bullish weekly close that we just had last night. We're also going to be showing some numbers as we are currently in the 15th week of the year, the number 14 and 15 being very crucial in XRP. So if you're new here, we're going to do cryptocurrency technical analysis and combine it with the esoteric science of Gematria, Numerology, and Astrology to understand these markets. If you haven't already subscribed and you like what we're doing here, feel free to subscribe. Give this video a like and share this channel with other conscious people to help grow this community. If you'd like to join the Mastermind course, my email's in the description box. You could feel free to email me. There's also a promo code in the pinned comment below, so let's jump right into this. First things first, Gary Gensler, the consideration for approving the nomination of Gary Gensler for SEC chairman is happening today in the date April 12, 2021, which would be written internationally as 12/4/21, a symmetrical date number. And also 14. So this comes about a month after the Senate Banking Committee voted 14-10 to advance his nomination, again with the 14s. And if you remember, last week on the date 4/5/2021, April 5th, XRP began its explosion into brand new highs for the year, the highest prices we've seen since basically 2017. This date being with the 14 date numerology. Again, the 14 votes. And this article was even written on April 5th, 2021, the 14 date numerology. And this comes back to XRP with the 14. And I made a video, my last video, discussing how I would anticipate it hitting $1.40 and then pulling back before seeing new highs. And that's exactly what it did. And currently the high price is around $1.49, which you would add up and get 149 equals 14. This is all manipulated around the 14s. So the Coinbase IPO in 2 days on the 14th could be big for XRP. I made a video discussing that a little bit deeper. And also we have today, April 12, 2021, written out as such, and we're getting a match with the 23, like XRP. So this could be pretty big. We'll have to see how it goes. So we're going to move into the content. I did want to show this Bitcoin chart, but before I get into it, I quickly wanted to show this right here. So you can see the current high price of today with Bitcoin on this Bitstamp chart, which if you guys remember, it's a classic chart because the previous all-time high in 2017 was $19,666, the 666. And we're approaching the $66,000 level, so that could be really interesting. But with that being said, this price is on the minute chart. To the exact minute, it hit $61,234.56, being written 6123456. This all happening on 3:33 exact time on the minute chart. The 12/4/21 mirror date on the mirrored time 3:33 happening exactly. This shows you that this is all manipulated around the numbers. It's not all about technical analysis. It's not all about news. It's not all about any of that stuff. It's a culmination of understanding the Gematria Numerology and Astrology and how it's all built in to coordinating and manipulating a market to do what they want it to do. And all we need to do is crack the code to understand where this is all going to go next. So just to show you how manipulated this can get, the 6123456 price at 333. on the 12/4/21 symmetrical date. Can't make it up. Let's quickly dive into this Bitcoin chart and then we'll break down the XRP price a little more. So the Bitcoin price has been trading above this golden pocket territory 786 for multiple daily closures, and that's making this whole market stabilized at this time, and it's it's getting ready to move up, in my belief. Now, there are some things that can make this market bearish, but as far as I understand, this Coinbase IPO coming out in a couple days is just the setup for new highs. So let's just run through it all really quickly. So this chart right here showing you that trading above the 786 typically leads to new highs, as we saw back here in this previous fractal. You could pause the screen and you can see exactly what's going on here. And this white line being the main resistance support that we would anticipate seeing. And this could put us at a $64,000 Bitcoin or $65,000 depending on when this breakout starts. So this one chart though I think is the most crucial because if I zoom out of it you could see what's going on here. These downtrending resistance lines typically once they break you see confirmations on the outside and then continuation to the upside. So one other thing I'll include is the 21 EMA, which is this orange line right here. And what I'm seeing right now is Bitcoin is trading outside and confirming support on this downsloping. What was resistance is now flipping as support. It's above all of the daily EMAs, including the 21, which is this orange EMA, the most crucial. This red EMA is about to curve into this parallel channel, which is the 34 EMA, that being very good. And then also the MACD has flipped bullish today, as you can see the green on the histogram. Now, this is actually the least volatile Bitcoin has been in a very long time, pretty much as going back to around November leading into December. And if you remember what it did around that time, it went from 18,000 to 42,000. So I'm not saying that it's going to just jump up to these extreme prices because we are getting really close to falling out of this parallel channel. And I suspect once we get a closure back within this area right here below this trend line, then a close below the 21 EMA, this is going to change my sentiment. But until then, we're looking pretty good. And I'm still looking for a $70,000 Bitcoin leading into the month of April, sometime in the month of April. And if you look, if we were to hit 70K on April 20th, we would still be below this heart line, and that would put us in a very, very nice position to then come back down and just keep riding this trend line out for a while. The problem is anyone who studies Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve charts understands that this is not good. If we close above the $70,000 level, we could actually pump immediately to $100 within 2 weeks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will be going over it in my mastermind course deeper because it is quite a video to be made. But with that being said, this whole market is just getting ready for its next move. And I believe XRP leads the show. If you guys remember what happened before the SEC shit, XRP blasted from 20 cents to like 70 something cents, and then Bitcoin and the rest of the market caught up after. XRP is always a leading indicator in my opinion. So let's get into the XRP chart. So this moment right here, around November leading into the Thanksgiving holiday, XRP went from 25 cents to 78 cents, 79 cents, and then it got rejected and it had this terrible flip bearish, which ended up being the greatest buying opportunity. So when I use the word terrible, I mean it was terrible for everyone who was a hater, and it was beautiful for everyone who was an XRP accumulator, because it ended up being the best buying opportunity you've gotten pretty much since the COVID crash. With that being said, this structure that we're seeing of this premature breakout could actually be a repeat of what was going on back in November. I'm not saying that it'll be a repeat for XRP, but what I'm saying is it could be a repeat of having XRP be extremely bullish, and then everything else catches up and goes extremely bullish. With that being said, XRP still needs to have somewhat of a consolidation range. So let's bring up some things that are important here. I'm going to hide the indicators. I'm going to bring up some drawings. Apologies. So this is the chart that I wanted to see, and what we're seeing is multiple daily closures above this 1618. Now we haven't even traded at the 1618. We basically just had this resistance at 111 price, broke through it, and now we're doing the same thing as we were doing back here. So this red trend line, in my opinion, is going to be crucial right now. I'm going to take off all these indicators, and you're going to see what I mean. So in my opinion, this trend line is what we're going to see time and time again if XRP wants to keep breaking bullish. So that means if we fall below this trend line, I'm looking for somewhat of a repeat of this, where we had a downtrending resistance, and this downtrending resistance had a breakout, and now this could be forming all over again. And if we had to draw somewhat of a measured move, although it's hard to do with this sort of structure, it could be something like this, and that would be leading to potentially back to the 95, 96 cent region. Of course, this is not a very good pennant pattern, but it's something that we could utilize to get a somewhat of an understanding. This would be the, I mean, it's really hard to draw this because this is not a good looking chart. It's just, it keeps going up and up and up, right? So people need to understand that. But if I bring up the VPVR support, we could see it's probably somewhere around the 90 cent range. Yeah, it's at 91. So you could see 90.9, 91 cents. And that measured move, if I was to do it from the outside of this band, that would be more accurate. So with that being said, what I would anticipate is a break below this red trend line would probably bring us to that 90 cent level. Oh, also you could see the 55 EMA, which is this white trend line. The 55 EMA sitting around exactly $1. That's pretty typical for altcoins on the 4-hour chart. Okay, but with that being said now, this can also just trade into this trend line naturally and then break out again. It could keep doing that over and over, and people need to also anticipate that. So I want people to know, like, I am very mixed when it comes to XRP on these breakouts. It could go either way. Historically, it likes to pump and dump, but also historically it's been suppressed for quite a while. So if something's been suppressed for so long, and it has such a good use case, and it's so important for the rest of this cryptocurrency and banking, the full economy as a whole, I'm willing to take whatever it gives me. Anyone who was selling over here to buy back in at 70 cents because of whatever TA was being given, you guys need to reconsider a lot, unless you intentionally did that on your own call. But don't listen to anyone's TA when it comes to any of this. Use it as a compass to be able to decide what makes the most sense to you. Because although it should peel back to around 80 cents or 70 cents, it doesn't mean it's going to. That's the difference between doing technical analysis and gambling. What we're trying to do here is teach you guys how this can do whatever it wants to do. There's 3 promises in this market: up, down, or sideways. They're all possible. Anything is possible in this matrix. So people really need to be careful when they're trading or when they're buying and selling. You don't want to be selling your whole XRP stack right now because of someone's TA. That's ridiculous. You need to hold on to this investment because it has potential to reach multiple double digits. I mean, maybe it could go to $30. Maybe it could even go to $100. Note I use the word maybe because I'm not here to sell anyone on a pipe dream. I'm taking it one step at a time. When it broke out from 58 cents all the way to $1, I anticipated a pullback at least to around 70. It came back to 85. Oh no. Then it broke out again all the way to 140 as we anticipated. and then now it's consolidating again. So the TA we're doing here is spot on. Don't be using it though as trading advice or as investment advice, because it is not. In order to buy and sell and then put it into this other asset and then repeat, you're just getting fancy. And people who get fancy in this market get fleeced. The best way to go about this market is to be a logical, non-emotional, non-hype, and do your own research. It's the best way to go. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys want to learn more about technical analysis and how to do gematria and numerology and apply it to your technical analysis so that you can determine what dates and what prices will hit before it happens, you can join my mastermind course by emailing me. My email's in the description box. There's a promo code in the pinned comment below. Feel free to add that in the email and I will give you a nice discount. And also go ahead and mention me in a comment here on YouTube, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day in this matrix. Much love.